Pittsburgh Steelers have Aaron Rodgers right now, and that does not mean anything about 2026. And week 8 against the Green Bay Packers doesn't change anything about that. And quite frankly, I don't think week 9 or week 10 does either. And there are a lot of people trying to decide where the Pittsburgh Steelers go in terms of quarterback of the future. And maybe that's Aaron Rodgers. And while there's some speculation it won't be, a lot of evidence that he said it's already over, there's enough evidence on the other side to say that maybe it's not. And there is one thing that tells me that if the Steelers end up here in this spot, Aaron Rodgers will be back in 2026, and the Pittsburgh Steelers will do everything in their power next offseason to have an even better year than what they're having right now. What's going on, everybody? I'm Noah Strackbine. Thank you for jumping on to another episode of Steelers to Go, your daily dose of Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. Find us on youtube.com/All Steelers Talk, or wherever you get your podcast, coming to you live every single morning, Monday through Friday, bringing you the latest on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we get going, please hit that like and subscribe button. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they love Aaron Rodgers. There's nothing not to love about Aaron Rodgers. He is a blast to watch. He keeps this team together constantly. And at the same time, the Steelers are Super Bowl contenders because of a 41-year-old quarterback that they waited 3 months to get, and they find themselves here at 4-2. And already we're talking about the future. And there's rightful reason to talk about the future. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that went in with a plan this season. First, it was Justin Fields. See if that could be the guy. Don't sign him to anything that's guaranteed beyond 2025 so that you can protect yourself for 2026 and the future. Makes a ton of sense. The Steelers were not going to risk anything long-term. They saw the vision. They thought it was going to be draft in 2026, and that's what they thought with Aaron Rodgers. It was the same game plan. Go out there, draft a quarterback next offseason to have your guy long-term, the next franchise quarterback of your team. And for right now, keep Aaron Rodgers, keep him happy, and go from there. I loved it. Everybody else did too. Aaron Rodgers is 4-2. What the Steelers are quickly realizing is that the draft class in 2026 is not that good. It actually looks pretty bad. You have Fernando Mendoza, but really that's about it, and he's going to go first. No matter who gets the first pick in the draft, somebody will trade up to that first spot to take Fernando Mendoza. It's going to happen. And when it happens, the Steelers are going to be left either hoping that they don't land another Kenny Pickett, which is a real possibility, and we've been through that nightmare before, or they're going to look for a different alternative. They're going to look for the next option, no matter what that is. And maybe that's another veteran, but to be honest with you, they're hoping it's Aaron Rodgers. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, there is hope within the building that Aaron Rodgers returns in 2026. The Steelers will scour the draft market for the QB of the future for sure, Fowler wrote. They are already doing so. But if you ask people with the team whether they'd entertain the notion of Rodgers in the black and gold in 2026, the answer would be a resounding yes. He has maintained his elite ability to throw the football. Now it's a long season. Rodgers is 41, and what he does next year is anyone's guess. I certainly don't think any sweeping determinations have been made, but the marriage has been a successful one for both sides, and perhaps that continues beyond this season. I think Aaron Rodgers comes back to the Pittsburgh Steelers under one condition, and that condition is not a 4-2 start or the Pittsburgh Steelers drafting a wide receiver in the first round for him or going out to get his best friend wherever that is. It's not TJ Watt convincing him to come back for another year or Mike Tomlin loving him, and it's not a boatload of money. He'd probably do it again for 10 M's, if you ask him. What I think it is instead is the Pittsburgh Steelers getting that close, getting so close that you have to come back. The Pittsburgh Steelers finding their way to the Super Bowl, or damn near close to the Super Bowl, and saying, we're a Super Bowl team in 2026. We still have Cam Hayward under contract. TJ Watt is still here. Jalen Ramsey, Joey Porter Jr., and Darius Slay, whether he leaves and you replace him or not, they're meshing and they're getting better. Jaylen Warren is a starting running back. Our offensive line looks really good because that is a big part of this entire thing. The Steelers' offensive line is just starting to click. They are just starting to get good. And right now, we can all see the vision of Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu and Zach Frazier and Mason McCormick and maybe even Spencer Anderson being the Pittsburgh Steelers' starting 5 offensive linemen for the next 10 plus years. We're starting to see that vision. And that vision helps a quarterback. That vision tells you and any quarterback, yeah, all right, well, at least I'm not going to get my butt kicked. At least this is going to go better for me. That tells you, hey, maybe I'm going to come back. Maybe I'm going to be okay. Maybe I'm going to try this thing. I think if the Pittsburgh Steelers find themselves in 2025 competing for a championship and not getting one for whatever reason, whether they're just not good, whether an injury happens, whether they come a field goal away, I think the Steelers have an opportunity to convince Aaron Rodgers to come back, and I think Aaron Rodgers would highly consider it. And I think that would be the only reason Aaron Rodgers considered it, because Aaron seems to love playing football still. You get that. There's nothing about Aaron that tells me otherwise. Every time he speaks, every time you watch him on the sideline, every time you watch him interact with his teammates or go to hockey games or whatever it is, Aaron Rodgers is constantly talking to people. He's constantly communicating. He's constantly forming and building relationships. He's the ideal quarterback in that way. There was this notion that Aaron Rodgers is a bad teammate. That's the most wrong notion there is in the NFL. He's a phenomenal teammate. Aaron Rodgers is a guy that you see loves every aspect of the game of football, but he's 41 years old. And at 41 years old, every single year, people are going to talk about, is it the end of Aaron Rodgers? Do you retire after this season? Is this the last time you do this? Obviously. Tom Brady went until he was 45. He threw for 43 touchdowns at 44 years old. Aaron Rodgers is on pace to throw 40 without a true wide receiver 2, with some bad games to start the season at 41 years old. I'm telling you, and you know it too, that Aaron Rodgers would consider coming back. That he has the play to come back, that he has the mind to come back, that he running around against the Cincinnati Bengals doing the crazy things that he was doing, that we were all watching him do, going, that's vintage Rodgers. Well, vintage Rodgers at 41 years old shows you that there's still a lot left in the tank, that this guy isn't slowing down anytime soon. So the physical side of it is there. The mental side of it is there. And the love for it, man, the love for it never went away. The love for it is so strong, and you could feel it. There are certain guys in the NFL that when they walk through a locker room, you just know that dude's all football all the time. TJ Watt is one of those guys. All football all the time. What's up, AST Nation? I've teamed up with DraftKings. The next great touchdown is coming, and you can bet on it. The best way to do so is through DraftKings Sportsbook, where new customers bet $5 and get $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Plus, get 3 months of NBA League Pass no matter what. With the bye week behind us, now is the time to get in on the action. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen. Then use your bonus bets to stay in on the action and bet DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. And don't worry, if sports betting is not yet available in your state, you're fine. You can still join in on all of the fun with DraftKings daily fantasy sports and have the shot to win cash prizes. New customers bet $5 and get $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Plus, get 3 months of NBA League Pass no matter what. Sign up using my promo code AllSteelers and get in on the action only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Aaron Rodgers is as close, if not more, to that than I've ever seen in my career covering the NFL. So the love is there. The physical side, there, even at 41, 42 years old. The mental side, there, even at 41, 42 years old. I mean, you see this guy come off the sideline during practice and he's constantly talking. He's constantly giving notes. He's constantly asking questions. That's a guy that still understands the game and understands how to make it better and make his team better. That's what you're getting in all of this. And the one reason that he'd come back, it's not a wild card win, let's be honest. It's a divisional round win. It's a we made it to the AFC Championship game and we look like we could get there. It's a we made it to the Super Bowl. Mike T is going to convince you to come back. That's what it is. Aaron Rodgers either sails off into the sunset or he's so far away from it that nobody remembers how close he got with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those seem to be the only two outcomes in my mind for Aaron Rodgers. And we could talk all day long about, is he going to return or are they thinking about it right now? Today and tomorrow and next week and the week after that doesn't decide a thing. None of it. The only thing that decides if Aaron Rodgers is coming back, if he stays healthy, is how close the Pittsburgh Steelers get to a Lombardi. Because, yeah, he wants to go out on top. He's a competitor. He's playing football at 41 years old, and he's having a blast. That's a competitor. If he knows that he could come back next year and the Steelers could use a first-round draft pick on a wide receiver and bulk up the defense and go into free agency, and who knows who they sign, because wide receivers will want to come to Pittsburgh. Your quarterback's Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers just threw for 40 touchdowns. Who wouldn't want to come? If he knows all that and he knows how close he is, yeah, he'll come back. I'm convinced of that. It's early, and there's a long season ahead. But I think the Aaron Rodgers could return to the Pittsburgh Steelers thing is alive and comes down to how close the Pittsburgh Steelers actually get to a Super Bowl in 2025. Thank you guys so much for jumping on to another episode of Steelers to Go, your daily dose of Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. Find us on youtube.com/allsteelerstalkers. Subscribe anywhere you get your podcast. Before you leave, real quick, hit that like button and that subscribe button on YouTube. Can't thank you enough for that. And with that said, I'll be back later for the flagship show. Until then, enjoy another beautiful day in the Burgh.